Do you want to start your own virtual nutrition private practice, but you think, 1, I need to spend the equivalent of a full-time job to start? 2, I have to be my ideal client to help them? 3, I don't think I'm as interesting as other dietitians and nutritionists I follow on social media? Or 4, I don't have everything figured out yet, so I can't start? Many dietitians and nutritionists wish they would have known these 4 myths about starting their private practice were untrue, and I want to debunk these myths today. By the end of this video, you will feel more confident moving forward and starting your private practice. For more of the best tips and advice for starting and growing your online nutrition practice, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Hello and welcome to the Dietitian Boss YouTube channel. My name is Ya. I'm an RD2B, Dietitian Boss co-host, and Dietitian Boss method instructor. The Dietitian Boss program empowers dietitians and nutritionists to create their private practice from scratch and emboldens already established practitioners to think bigger. The Dietitian Boss method provides a step-by-step process to improve how you market yourself on social media so you can become far more profitable and help more people. One of the many people the Dietitian Boss method has helped bust through the myths I mentioned and increase their marketability online is Bianca Tamburello. She's a registered dietitian who spent the last 5 years in varying roles ranging from food service to employee wellness. Bianca, just like you, dreamed of starting her own virtual private practice, but didn't decide to take a leap until last year during the pandemic when she found that she now had a lot of time on her hands, like many of us did. Which leads us to myth number 1. I don't have enough time to start my private practice. Bianca thought she needed to dedicate a substantial amount of time to build her private practice since she was busy at her day job before COVID, so she didn't take action. In retrospect, Bianca noted during our Dietitian Boss podcast interview that she really did have the time before the pandemic, but she let a bag full of excuses stop her from starting. If you, like Bianca, are waiting for the perfect time and more space to open up on your calendar, you will never get started. In the Dietitian Boss program, we provide dietitians and nutritionists like you and Bianca a step-by-step proven process to enhance your marketing in conjunction with done-for-you templates, weekly group calls to keep you accountable and work through the concerns you have so you can not only attract cash-paying clients, but maximize your schedule, allowing you to work efficiently by only devoting 5 to 7 hours a week on your private practice. Dietitian Boss tip: grab your calendar and block out 1 to 5 hours of uninterrupted time to work on your business every week. Maybe you feel like you do a good job managing your time, but you're struggling to attract your tried and true ideal client like Bianca. When starting the Dietitian Boss program, Bianca thought she had to work with people who closely mirrored her struggles. This leads us to myth number 2. I have to be my ideal client to help them. This simply isn't true. Many dietitian bosses in our program, like Bianca, are surprised and relieved to know that they don't have to be their ideal client to help them. If you want to help a person with eczema and you don't have it, you can help them. If you want to help a client struggling to get their kids to eat veggies, but you don't have kids, you can help them. When Bianca first started the program, she thought she had to help women like herself in their late 20s, early 30s lose weight. She struggled to create content and felt unaligned the first few weeks in the program. And that's when she realized, after getting on coaching calls, that she should pursue the male video gamer weight loss niche that was in the back of her head this whole time. You see, Bianca thought it would be a harder avenue to take because she isn't her ideal client. Not only is she not a video gamer, but she's not a man, but she was passionate about helping them because she observed the habits of her video gamer husband and her twin brother. Bianca made it her mission to help gamers lose weight and develop healthy habits without giving up their passion. Once she made the switch, and Bianca can attest to this, creating content has been so much more enjoyable, straightforward, and more effortless. Dietitian Boss tip: take 30 minutes to answer the following questions Who do you truly want to help as a dietitian or nutritionist? Why do you want to help them? Would you be happy to help them? Why? Another myth that holds many dietitians and nutritionists back is myth number 3. I don't think I'm as interesting as other dietitians and nutritionists I follow on social media. Bianca thought this same thing. Like many of us, Bianca loves Instagram and the content that the people she follows puts out every week. In fact, she is absolutely enamored by it. But when it came to showing up on her own stories to attract clients and grow her business, she pondered, what do I say? What do I show them? What do I do every day? I'm not interesting, especially now that I'm home all day. Here is a dietitian boss tip. Mix it up, share random stuff about you, talk about your program. And Bianca was able to bust through this myth by starting to do just that, sharing the things that she didn't think were interesting. Her ideal clients are interested in Marvel Universe and superheroes. So when she watches a Marvel movie or watches a new superhero series, she talks about it in her stories. And it's those stories that she receives the most messages and reactions from her followers. During our podcast interview, she said that she didn't even think anyone would think this was interesting at all. While in the Dietitian Boss program, she had a light bulb moment that the content she creates is exactly the content she consumes from the people that she follows, which is a mix of random posts about their life, products they are selling, and more. If you're watching Get Ready With Me IG stories, grocery haul reels, running errand videos, and so on of the people you follow, so are your ideal clients. So post that seemingly mundane and uninteresting content because your clients will be interested. Or maybe it's myth number 4 that is holding you back. I don't have everything figured out yet, so I simply can't start. When Bianca started the Dietitian Boss program, she thought she needed to have everything figured out, like her website, have a Twitter account, Instagram account, and so much more before getting started. And the Dietitian Boss program, she learned that simply an Instagram account and an appointment scheduler in her bio is all she needed to get started. So now Bianca simply creates content to attract her clients using the Dietitian Boss proven content creation framework. She interacts with people online and has been able to make sales. You heard correct. All you need to do to get started is create content that attracts your ideal client and a link for them to click and apply for coaching. But it would be best if you carved out time to learn about your client, plan your content, and you will learn all of this in the Dietitian Boss program. Bianca gives herself 1 to 2 hours a week to create as much content as she can for Instagram. She has 2 Google Documents that she refers to before logging into Canva to create best client attracting content. One document is where she dumps her post ideas. If she randomly gets an idea for a post, she'll just dump it in there throughout the week. And when it's time to create her content, she'll pull an idea from there. Sometimes she won't have enough ideas that come to her to put in that document, so she'll go to her second Google Doc, which details everything about her ideal client that she's gathered from Google search, Reddit threads, market research interviews, and sales calls. The document lists their biggest struggles, what their goals are, their dreams, and so much more. And she'll use that to create content. So Dietitian Boss tip, stop trying to build a website, post on Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. Create an Instagram account, decide on your appointment scheduler, and get to posting. Bianca's story is so inspiring because she has been able to shake the I don't have enough time myth by following the Dietitian Boss framework of strategically carving out a reasonable amount of time to work on her private practice where she can work with the client she wants. And by consistently working hard to break through the mental barrier that she's not interesting, by simply showing up on stories and reminding herself that the mundane is interesting to people, client attraction is much easier for Bianca. Lastly, she has hyper-focused on creating Instagram content that attracts her ideal client rather than posting on every social media platform. If you are still in the conceptual phase of building your online virtual practice and you haven't started, consider this video your push. And if this push isn't enough and you're still struggling, surround yourself with people who understand what you're going through so they can keep you focused on your income goals, support your growth, and surround you with positivity like the women in the Dietitian Boss program. The Dietitian Boss team is fully prepared to support you in building your private practice from scratch or help you if you have an existing practice like Mark here and you need help scaling your business to help more people and make more money. To hear more stories of dietitian bosses like Bianca who are busting through myths like I'm not my ideal client and starting their private practice, be sure to check out this video to learn how another dietitian boss, Ryan, successfully helps moms have a healthy pregnancy even though she is not a mom herself. Thank you so much for watching this video.